Hello, welcome to episode number 1 of the Gentleman Chronicles. Thank you so much for coming to our channel. Now this is an idea that actually came about as we were going, you remember babe, we were going to our honeymoon. We were in the plane and one of the very first comments that I made was like, babe, we should like document the stuff that we do and document it in a way where we're creating value for people. You know, I've noticed in our marriage that there's a lot of differences from marriages outside when it comes to, you know, the relationship that we have, when it comes to the dynamic that we have in front of people and outside. We kind of wanted to bring a value of it can work. As long as you put in the work, you can make things happen, for where you're actually having a strong foundation, a strong relationship, and that you're doing, each of us are doing our part in growing as individuals, but also in our marriage. So that's something that we wanted to definitely bring to the table. A lot of times we see out there that a lot of people are not, you know, ready or willing to get married because of XYZ reason. There's a big cloud on marriage in of itself, and we kind of want to bring the opposite of that. You know, in our particular case, we are going on literally a year now, which is not a bunch of time, but enough to say that every single day that goes by, we fall more and more in love with each other, and it's not something that we have to, you know, make up. It's genuine and organic, and it's simply because of we laying the foundation from the beginning and doing things the proper way, you know, waiting for marriage, waiting for the right time of God, and just taking it from there. So we wanted to bring it together. For me personally, I wanted to do this vlog mainly so that you guys get a different perspective of what it is to be married, young, you know, Christians, and just whatever it may serve you. We're just pretty much documenting everything, and I just hope that you guys would come along on the ride and get from it what you want. If there's one person that gets, you know, somewhat motivated or gets something from these videos, then our purpose is done. And I mean, the purpose of these videos is done. We just want to pretty much bring value. We want to be able to connect with you, not only by you just watching, but give individual feedback. Maybe we do some Q&A in the future. Maybe we connect and do Instagram Live and all these different things. So definitely follow us in every journey. We're gonna bring a lot of value, and it's gonna be weekly. Babe, what is your take on us doing this? So if they have an idea.
I think it's very important because as human beings, we tend to see, based on how we were raised, based on our peers, we tend to describe marriage a certain way based on how we've grown up. You know, even as an example, Ivan and I, we were raised completely different, yet we see it's possible. Why? Because God is in the center. There's a lot of people that may think that marriage is just a piece of paper. Like they lost the value of what marriage is, and I think it's very important to come back to understanding the depth of it. And I think it's so important, you know, that we're able to share this with you guys, because based on the little time that we've experienced being with each other and being married for almost a year has been amazing, and it's been a true testimony to prove that there is a marriage that is possible, where there's no arguments, where you don't have to be annoyed of each other every day. There was a lot of people that would come to us before we got married and would be like, get ready because it's gonna be hard, and we're like, what the heck? Like, that's
still waiting
crazy.
for that day.
Yeah, it's not. But just the fact how a lot of people say that they struggle through marriage, or that there's so much dying to self. You know, both ends have to be wise in how to deal with each other, and especially in your role as husband or wife. And I think it's so important. And you know, along the way from these months, a lot of people have come up to us and asked, because they just see that there is a difference, and I can see in myself that there is something different from our marriage compared to everyone else's, compared to other friends that we have that are also married. Like there's something different, and we want to expose that difference so you guys to see vividly that there's a true testimony, and that it is possible to have an amazing marriage, to be married and, you know, not have fights. Like, I'm sure there is gonna be disagreements and whatnot, but it's not to a point where you guys just don't talk to each other. I think that there is something that we can give back to you guys, and really hope and we pray that it makes a difference in your life. It changes your perspective or your revelation on what marriage is, or what marriage is, having Christ centered, because that's primordial. Like, if Jesus is not in the center of your relationship, it's not gonna work, because if it wasn't for him, then I'm pretty sure this relationship wouldn't have happened, by far.
So yeah, the goal is not really to say that we're perfect, because we're not perfect.
No.
We don't have a perfect marriage. We're not perfect, so there's no way for us to have a perfect marriage. But there's nothing wrong with striving to get as close as possible to being perfect. And what perfect is to you can be different for us, right? So with us, it's really not like the raising of the voice and our constant arguments and constant, you know, bickering back and forth. It doesn't exist. And that's something that I'm proud to say, and I say it as much as I can, because a lot of people don't think that it's possible. A lot of people don't think that you can have a growing relationship and where there's communication, where you're vulnerable to one another, and from that grow with one another. So I think it's awesome, and I think that a lot of people, if they follow us through this journey of us documenting these things, and it's not going to say that this is going to be a channel simply for, you know, those who want to get married. I have a Twitter, which my hashtag is what's the hashtag? The hashtag is leading to marriage, and it's basically the things that you have to do, or the things that you should consider once you're getting into marriage. So it's going to be a lot of things. So it's going to be lifestyle. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have fun. It's going to be us, you know, at church, or it could be us in the gym, or it could be us, you know, just here talking to you guys. So we're going to be doing a lot of this. It's going to be a lot of content, and we don't want anything exchanged. This is our way of saying, you know, kind of like thanking God and really saying, listen, God, you have blessed us with such a relationship that we want to make sure that people out there know that it is possible to do it. And again, we're going to go through things. We're not going to always agree. We don't always agree with things, but we work it out. And at the end of the day, it makes us, every single time, it makes us even better and better and better. You know, every single week, remember, every week we're going to put something out. So I encourage you guys to subscribe, like this video, share it with people that you feel that can benefit from these videos and from what we're going to do. And we don't know it all, like I said, but the little that we do know, we're more than willing to share with you guys. We love you, and thank you so much for tuning in. God bless.